name is Violet. I hope you're doing good today. Today I just wanted to do a tarot reading about where are you on your current path, are you on the right path, and what is ahead. So, I don't know how you're feeling. I've been feeling pretty bad lately, pretty garbage. And a lot of self-doubt has been rising up for me. I'm pretty sensitive to the environment and my peers, and when people are struggling, I sort of internalize a lot of it. And I was thinking probably a lot of other people are doing that as well. So I think because things are so uncertain, many of us don't think we're on the right path anymore. Even though you maybe really haven't been able to make a lot of choices this year, things have just happened to you. No matter what, as long as you're alive, you're still on your path. As long as you are still trying and alive, you're still on your path. You haven't given up. So you'll never stray too far from what your purpose is. And even if you are on the correct path, you still have to deal with difficulty. Just because difficult things happen, it doesn't mean that you're on the wrong path. Is part of your growing and learning experience. So learning to trust yourself, etc., blah, blah, blah. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I have 4 piles. I already shuffled my cards and made piles. You can't really see them because you can't. I don't have it set up in a way where you can see it, but trust me, I have tarot cards below me. So I have 4 groups, and just use your intuition. I'm going to show you some crystals that represent each I'll show you crystals that represent each pile, and try to go in your gut, but the crystals may jog you a little into the right choice. So pile 1, this angel aura quartz. Pile 2 is green obsidian. Pile 3 is citrine. And pile 4 is smoky quartz. Okay, so if you're not ready, pause the video. If you're ready, the timestamps are going to be in the description and in the comments below. Just choose the timestamp that correlates to your pile and you'll have your reading. Hi, pile 1. Okay, so if you're pile 1, you chose this pretty angel aura quartz. Let's see if you're on the correct path, what path you're on. Okay, so you have the Empress, the Devil is in reverse, and the 3 of Cups. So you are on the correct path. You have the number 3 twice, the Empress and the 3 of Cups. So you are manifesting things right now. The Empress is the manifester sign or card to me. She is someone who is often pregnant. She is developing her ideas. So what this is saying is that you are on the correct path. You are evolving, you're leveling up, you're becoming more in tune with what it is you actually want, what you want to produce, and you're making efforts to creating those things. With the Devil in reverse, this is an energy you're releasing. In tarot, the Devil usually represents ideas or habits or aspects of ourselves that we sort of just accept and continue doing, even if they aren't maybe helpful to us anymore, to the point of them becoming dangerous. So if the Devil's released, you're releasing this energy. There's probably something you were codependent on that you've decided to step away from. There's an attitude that you've probably released if you were someone who refused to accept compliments, if you've decided to just move on and accept compliments and accept attention from people. This is turning out to be really beneficial for you. The Three of Cups shows that you are in a place of celebration, or you will be soon, that you should be happy. Also, the Devil in reverse and the Three of Cups could say that there was a decision between two people and you were the third. It could be a third party, like romantic situation, but not necessarily. It could just be maybe there were two loves, like jobs, two things you had emotional investments in, two different careers. Just, it was an either or situation, and it looks like you found a way to absolve the issue. Like, I don't know that you've made a choice about specifically, but it seems like you found a way to sort of like come to peace with your situation. There's something that like felt really controlling to you that you've sort of flipped on its head, and you've found ways to see relief in it. Maybe like a difficult time is coming to an end, and you've decided to stop lamenting over how bad things have been and just accept that things will end and that this too shall pass. But you know, you are in a good path for sure. You're there's synchronicity with the 2 3s. The Empress is an incredible card to get. She's really in charge of everything. She knows what she's doing. So what is directly ahead of you? The King of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords is in reverse, and the Nine of Wands. So it looks like you have some work coming ahead. Something about your future, you're going to be focused a lot more on business, on work, on building stability. With the Nine of Swords in reverse, this is something that you've felt a lot of anxiety about in your past. You may have felt like there just was any point in trying, that you wouldn't be able to achieve your goals, that you really should just give up. So this is you releasing that energy. Also, that can say like the Devil in the previous portion of the reading was showing your fear. You're releasing fear, things that have held you back or held you down. So this does say that you still are going to have anxiety. It's not going to be as bad as it's been. It's just something that you're aware of, like that you need to manage. And then with the Nine of Wands, it could say that you're still sort of feeling a little overtired and overburdened, but you're getting a handle on it. It's also emphasized as learning to set boundaries. So if people have been taking a lot of your time and energy, or money or something, you're going to learn to set boundaries with those people. This could be specifically about money for a few people. Like if that sounds like your situation, I could see this being about money, because the Empress is someone who is coming into financial abundance or has the potential for it, because you're in a manifesting stage. It's kind of like the Magician. You can create pretty much anything you want. So that's an important thing to remember, is your thoughts can manifest things. It can be as literal as like magic if you want to think of it, or you can just see it as like what you focus on is what you'll notice, and what you notice is what you'll spend energy on and create more of. With the Empress energy, you could have chosen to release fear and anger with the Devil in reverse, but what I was trying to say was that be aware of your thoughts. Like, try not to over worry, try not to give too much into that Devil energy, which looks like you're trying not to. The Nine of Wands, though, still shows like, you know, still kind of feeling like you're struggling a little, which is normal. I think we're all going to continue to feel that way for a while, or we'll, you know, that's a normal feeling to have. But the Nine of Wands is you're almost at the end. You're coming to the completion of something. There's something that you would know is coming to an end, and you've just decided to ride it out instead of fighting it anymore. So that's pretty good. You're on the right path, which is really good news. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep releasing fear. Try to work on setting boundaries with people, and specifically around your finances. Just I wouldn't trust, I don't know, too many people if they're wanting money at this time. Like, use your best judgment. But there's something about like there's a Mars retrograde coming up. I don't know. I feel like that might be something to look into. I hope that helped. And yeah, thanks. My name's Violet. I'm a psychic. I do readings. And if you would like a personal reading, I have the information in the description below. Hey, group 2. So you picked the green obsidian. Let's see if you are on the correct path. Okay. So you are on the correct path. It's just a little interesting. You have the 3 of Swords, the Lovers is in reverse, and then the 4 of Swords. 3 of Swords shows that you've been dealing with heartache. You've been carrying it in like a mental anguish kind of way, some pain that you've experienced from your past. It can have to do with a past loved one, usually a relationship, especially because the Lovers in reverse. So something happened where, in terms of relationship, you felt like you didn't get to make a choice. Your opportunity to decide was taken away from you. But with the 4 of Wands, it's actually giving you an opportunity for newer stability. This is sort of like a blessing in disguise, because it probably doesn't feel like you're on the right path. You're probably dealing with heartache and pain. You're thinking a lot about a past relationship or a recent breakup or something that has been painful that you've carried on that you're struggling to release. The Lovers in reverse is, yeah, a stalemate. It's you're not able to choose or you're not willing to make a choice about something. And then with the 4 of Wands, it's sort of like the decision is made for you, it's carried out, and what you have is a new beginning. You're establishing something different, or you got something better than you expected. Like if one relationship ended and you're feeling really heartbroken, this can show that new energy has come in. Someone has surprised you. You're feeling like excited about new romantic opportunities again. I want to clarify the 4 of Wands though, because sometimes you never really know what it could be. The 8 of Swords. So if you do have a new opportunity right now and you're afraid to take it, you need to take the opportunity. It could say that there's been an opportunity that has been offered to you because something else didn't pull through and you're afraid of taking this new chance. Death. So something needs to end. It's time to let it go. Especially if this is a relationship. I know it's really, really hard. Trust me, I know. But it is. It's really difficult. It's hard, even whenever you don't want to be with the person anymore, to let go of feelings of pain. But it's something that you should start to actively work toward, is just putting this to rest. That what's been said, what could have been said, has been done. It's finished. And there's a new opportunity for you to take. Especially if something hasn't worked out, there's something new around the corner, or right now there is a new opportunity. And it could even just be choosing to like live independently or do the things you want. If you've been like shutting yourself off for a long time, it may not be necessarily like a new person is right in your life. I'm not really seeing that, but there's some new opportunity that you can take and build some new stability. And you're afraid to take that opportunity, understandably. But it is saying that if you can break through that fear, then you'll have a complete transformation. So what's ahead? Great. The Fool, Ace of Wands, and Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, this makes perfect sense. So the heartache you experienced was meant to happen. Even if it's not a direct like person that you feel heartache with, even if it wasn't romantic, what has been causing you mental anguish was supposed to happen, and it was supposed to probably not work out the way you wanted it to, and now there's new opportunity, and you are meant to take it. These are all beginning cards. The Fool is the ultimate beginning. He is 0. He's the beginning of the entire deck. And Ace of Pentacles, beginning financial rewards. Ace of Wands, beginning creative rewards. And expressing yourself more. New stability. The Four of Wands is about stability. If you think about like a house or a home, could be an opportunity to move. Maybe a relationship didn't work out and you have the chance to move. You should move. Death, you're experiencing death regardless. Like, you can like sit down and not want to do this, but I think you have to do that. Like, it's just, this is going to happen. Death happens. You can't avoid it. It comes whenever it wants to, and you just have to deal with what has happened. So you're going through a death right now. You're going through a transition. But it's a really good one. You have a great future ahead. You're not going to be, wrapped up in disappointment and fear. You're not going to feel like you don't have a choice or a decision. You're going to feel like you have choices to make and that you have passions to express. You have things to say. You have money to make. You have stability to form. You have a whole new path that is adventurous and that is completely free. So totally free new path with the Fool. So I'm sorry that you're struggling right now. Whatever broke your heart, I'm extremely sorry. That is really, really hard. But it's okay to be scared. It's okay to feel bad. But when it's time, go ahead and make the move. Everything says that you're going to be fine. This is meant to be. Your heartache had a reason and a place, so just try to go with it and expect much better things to be happening. The Four of Wands is about a happy surprise. I just think it was not the way you wanted it or expected it to be. I hope this helps. Excuse me as I burp at the end. Again, my name is Violet. I'm a psychic and a reader. If you want a personal reading, I have information in the description below, or if you want to be my friend or something, I have all my social media. Thanks. Thanks for listening. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. So you picked the citrine. Let's see if you're on the correct path. Okay, so we have the Queen of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the Six of Swords are all in reverse. I will say you're straying away from your path right now. Something's made you angry and you're really struggling to release it. You've become hyper-focused on this thing. You want it to work out one specific way, and the control you're placing over this thing happening, like if you want a new job that you want to manifest, if you want to manifest moving, if you want a relationship, the obsessive focus you have on it and the way you're allowing it to sort of mentally control you is causing it to be delayed. The Page of Swords is often like, it can be well, it's messages, but it can be delayed. In reverse, it's definitely delayed or a message that isn't coming through. And that usually has to do with some type of block. The Six of Swords in reverse is something you're not capable of moving away from at this point. So there was an experience you had, you felt scorned. This could also be like a relationship issue, or the way that your life has gone recently has made you feel like you can't trust anything, that you need to watch and control every aspect of your life to keep yourself from getting hurt. But this mentality has become really controlling, and you're trying to control the universe, and you can't control the universe. Like, you can't control the ocean. It's this massive force that involves many, like, lots of other energies and animals and weather. It's a big thing you can't control. And that's what the universe is, and that's what your life is. So you've felt hurt, and so you want to control the situation, which makes sense. But the fear, the control freak attitude is causing you to block off manifestations. The things you want, you're blocking them by probably saying like, these type of things, good things never happen to me, bad things always happen to me, I have the worst luck. By saying those things and affirming them, or even just thinking them a lot, you're telling yourself that's true. You're getting it in your head that it's what it is. It's the truth. Instead of, finding patience for yourself, like, oh, things are hard right now, but I believe they'll change, or they are changing. Things are changing. I know I'm struggling. I accept that I'm struggling. I accept that I'm in pain. Someone hurt me. Accept your feelings, and then just say, like, I am scared. I don't know what the future holds, and it's terrifying. We're in a global pandemic. No one has any money. Like, everything's really scary and bad. That's totally okay. But I think you need to look more into dealing with your emotions about this rather than just trying to control your situation, because this is definitely like symptoms of someone bottling up something. It's like not expressing emotions, trying to control things, blocking off your manifestations, probably blocking communication from people. People may not feel like they can approach you, or you don't feel like you can talk to people, or a person in particular you may have had a falling out with. And then this is not moving on. This is not moving on to something different. There could be an argument that you got in with someone and you just need to let it go. So your future, though, is good regardless. I would say that, like I said in the beginning, hopefully you heard, is that you are always on a path. You're on your path always. I think that you're making your path a little bit harder right now by dealing with some mental anguish and stuff, but you still have a good future. So you have the Nine of Pentacles, Four of Swords, and the Two of Cups. This is an awesome reading. I would be very happy to get this. The Nine of Pentacles is that you are coming into your independence. You are coming into a time of abundance. You're going to be self-sufficient. You'll be able to rely on yourself. The Four of Swords shows that you're entering a time of peace, of relaxation. You could go on a trip or a vacation. This is less about travel, but more about like resting. It's a good time to reflect on what you've been through. The card usually shows like a knight's funeral, and it's sort of like reflecting over his life and the battles he's won and things. So you'll have an opportunity to do that. And then Two of Cups is wonderful because you'll either begin a new romantic relationship, you'll go further in like to a relationship if you're already in one, or if you're not looking for something like that or interested in that, then you're going to have a friendship that will be really important to you. The Two of Cups is always someone who offers something, someone that you can have a sturdy relationship with, someone you can trust. So yeah, you're on the right path, I guess. I guess you're on the correct path, but you're making things a little hard on yourself right now. Try to let go of this anger you're feeling. Try to stop saying when will good things happen, because they're coming. They're coming for you. Try to be a little bit more patient. I know it's really hard. I hope you didn't turn off the reading before you got your good news at the end, because I probably would have been like, fuck this girl. I'm not listening to this. I'm not going to listen to this telling me I'm doing something wrong. But yeah, it's okay. I think you've been dealing with some type of hardship. The Queen of Swords in reverse is just kind of like a scorned energy, and someone that you don't want to cross again, someone who is going to make it clear you can't cross them, and that energy can be really off-putting to people. So you do have the Two of Cups coming in, so someone does want to establish something with you. It may just have to take you getting perspective on like your life, reflecting better on it, reflecting on what you've actually accomplished, seeing that you have brought a lot of change. Regardless, something good is going to happen, so just take it easy on yourself until then. Try to like chill out a little, try to get some relaxation in if you can. You have some stability coming. You have really good stability. The Nine of Pentacles is you're self-sufficient. You're taking care of yourself. It's a wonderful card for entrepreneurs and people who are self-employed, have their own businesses. The Two of Cups is a really sweet love card. Again, it can be romantic or it can be platonic. It can even be in business. There could be a situation where you sort of level up in your work life that affords you time to take a break, and people can sort of reflect on the work you've done, and then you get an opportunity from that to move forward. So really good reading, actually. I hope that was helpful to you. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, my name is Violet, and if you want a personal reading or if you want to be friends on social media, I have all my information in the description below. Thanks. I hope you have a good day. Hi, Pile 4. If you pick the Smoky Quartz, I have your reading ready for you. Okay, so your cards for if you're on the correct path are the Hermit, the Knight of Cups, and the Five of Swords in reverse. So you are on the correct path. You have been taking a lot of time to yourself to heal. You have been trying to follow your own advice, shut out the world a little bit. Understandable, something I would advise a lot of people to do right now. You could have been struggling with melancholia a little, maybe spending too much time alone by yourself. I tend to overdo hermit mode, so I understand that. But you've relied on yourself, you've trusted your own expertise, you've brought in a lot of healing for yourself, you've reflected on your past and tried to clear out some old energy, some old karma contracts, tie up some loose ends. You want to move forward. The Knight of Cups shows that someone is most likely coming into your life, or you're experiencing that now, or you want to bring someone into your life. The Knight of Cups sort of is, to me, it's like bringing energy. So it could be either someone coming towards you, and usually it's romantic, or you giving someone a romantic offer. And with the Five of Swords in reverse, this is probably someone you've been separated from and you would like to reconnect. The Five of Swords also can represent kind of self-sabotage, or people who were separate for selfish reasons. I would assume this is someone from your past. So it could also just be a friend. It doesn't have to be romantic. This is someone that you have care for. You care about this person. And you would miss them not being in your life. But for whatever reason, you've had time to yourself, whether it was purposely to avoid other people or just it's what happened. And because of that, you're getting this renewed heart energy where you will either go out and pursue someone that maybe you haven't been in contact with. The Five of Swords is also lack of content. So you'll go out to establish some type of contact with someone, or that person will come in to try and clear the air with you. So, what is ahead? So we have Judgment in reverse, the Moon is in reverse, and Justice is upright. So the Moon in reverse, I'm going to clarify that. No, that's way too many. It has something to do with your intuition. I promise I'm shuffling. Eight of Wands, and then Judgment in reverse. Sorry. Okay, so it's an interesting energy of what's coming up. So the Moon in reverse with the Eight of Wands. There was something you were really unclear about, and you're going to really quickly get it cleared up. The Moon has to do with confusion and our fears and nighttime type stuff, shadows. But with it being in reverse, instead of it being even more confusing, to me it's something's being cleared up, especially because we have Justice. This is evening. things becoming even, the evening of things, not the time of the day, the evening. So a situation is getting balanced, probably with the person from the past that you want to reconcile with, or that is coming back in. Okay, so the moon being in reverse is like also too, you probably had a lot of fears about this person or talking to them or connecting with them. The moon is like worst case scenario, like what could happen. You probably would have had the 9 of Swords if I used multiple decks, but I only have one deck, so, or I have a second deck. Anyway, you're going to release your fears, move forward with communication. The 8 of Wands is communication. Judgment in reverse is sort of saying like this isn't as big of a deal as you think it is. I think it's saying that you've overhyped it, and that it's actually just going to be like you'll learn from it some way. Like there was this buildup of fear you've had, but because you've released it and just sort of decided to reconnect or reach back out to people, you're going to release the fear, and then you're going to sort of like sober up in a way. Like the things that you were really worried about and blowing up in your head to be bigger really aren't going to be that way. And these both have to do with like messages. So judgment messages with Gabriel here, this is like the end of times. This is big shit. This is a really fucking big deal. This is the final fucking judgment. It's serious. This is just like a nice dude with a coin who wants to talk to you about coins, you know? What's this coin about? What can I do with it? Well, Page of Pentacles is good beginnings, and I start to something, something that you can invest in, the opportunity to invest in something. So something could have seemed really big and scary and ominous, and like you really felt like you were going to get judged, and that's another good way of saying it. Okay. Something you thought you were going to get judged about, whatever you had a lot of fear talking about, it's not that big of a deal. It gets accepted. It's totally chill. Not a big deal. And then justice means it all evens out perfectly. Maybe there's something that you were afraid of hearing from someone, and you've decided like, okay, I'm just going to like bite the bullet and reach out to them and talk. And they're just like, oh, cool. Like, what's up? You know, like, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, justice means like their response will be appropriate. You're going to be clearing out karma. If this is a situation where you need to reach out, then you're doing the right thing. You're clearing out, you know, any type of weird debt you guys had. If you had like run off before from this energy, like if there was unfinished business in some way, or it can show someone coming back in to clear the air with you, and you may be like, oh, like, I don't know, I'm kind of nervous about this with this moon, like maybe like they're gonna yell at me, like, or something's gonna happen, but you really just learn from the situation, and everything evens out. The outcome is like the most fair thing happens. Let's see if we can find out what that is. The Hangman. This is waiting, but it's also the universe taking over. So justice means this is something that's like preordained in a way. This is time for this to happen. It's time for things to get settled and fixed. The Hanged Man means like this is sort of like the universe, and this is you. You're just going to be in this situation and deal with it. It's sort of like you're just getting pushed right ahead into something that was going to happen, and it's time to, what's the saying? You know, I was gonna say pay the toll. I don't know, there's some phrase. This is about evening things out. And as long as you've been fair and you've tried to be honest, and you are honest going forward and just speak truthfully about what you would like or what your expectations are or what was a problem for you before. This looks like it's more about building energy than like arguing, though. Then that'll be what needs to be said. What needs to be said will be said. What needs to happen will happen. And you might feel sort of swept up by it all of a sudden, because it looks like you have a lot of fear going into this, and it's not something you should really worry too much about. Okay, yeah. Again, my name is Violet. I am a reader and a psychic and a friend. And if you want to be friends with me on social media or you want to buy a reading or something, everything is in the description below. And I hope this helped, and I hope you have a really good day.